mean, in my humble opinion, this should be like one of the best shows you've seen. That's just the way I look at it from even an audience point of perspective. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and represent this, and let's do this tab. Let me see where it's at. There it is. Now this one's going to come straight from a little bit of actual mainstream news coverage. I don't know if it was Fox Business or whatnot. And then on top of that, the beginning part of it is going to be Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. It's about roughly like a 2.5-minute video, but pretty engaging. I like how it's presented, and I think you'll appreciate it too. So here we go. Let me just put up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. There we go.
Union, MoneyGram, they're leaning in and using our tools to solve a payments problem. And this payments problem is measured truly in the trillions of dollars. So while we're on kind of, mile marker 1 of a 26-mile marathon, we're definitely past the starting line.
That was Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on Power Lunch earlier today when I asked him about the future of Ripple and how XRP, the cryptocurrency, could be used. And according to BK, what you just heard Garlinghouse say is the biggest thing investors are missing about Ripple. BK's over at the Plaza to break it all down. Hey, Beeks.
Hey, Melissa, thanks for that. Yeah, so Brad had some interesting things to say, and I thought it was really important to break down what he's talking about and what the opportunity, at least that Brad sees, and I think ultimately could be the bull case for Ripple. So let's break it down. Talking about the size of the payment markets, according to McKinsey, it's about $155 trillion is the size of the market. Wow. So your total addressable market is massive. Right now, if you take a look at what it costs to move $155 trillion, it's about $31 billion, roughly around 20 basis points is what it's costing you. So if using Ripple, and this is from Ripple Stats, you could save about, according to them, about 60%. Well, how do they do that? So you use the Ripple ledger plus the Ripple currency. And that's the key to this 60% right here. The reason why using the Ripple currency, if people start doing this, is good for is the way you save, is because right now banks have to hold foreign currency everywhere in the world. They're called Nostro accounts. It's very cost intensive to have that inventory around the world. They can simply replace that foreign currency with XRP, and they can save a lot of money on that. So let's take a look at what Ripple's been doing. Obviously, it's been down. I think we have a chart here. Yep. Obviously down from the peaks up here, right? The whole crypto market has kind of gone sideways here. But what does Luis Yamada say? The bigger the base, the higher in space. In my view, you have to have people start using that XRP, that Ripple currency, in substitute for foreign currency. But that's the utility. That's the use case for Ripple, the currency. If that's the case, then that's a pretty nice base right.
That's amazing. The way that was presented, in this particular piece, I don't know if this is from, for instance, Fox Business or whatever the case be. Think about that. How much money banks will save. Banks are all about not just making money, but saving a lot of money. If they're literally gritting their teeth because, oh, great, we're going to have to do this cross-border payment, and it's going to take all day, and it's going to cost a lot of money. They're just not going to get in line for it. But if you have this new technology that just saves them a ton of money, ends up being a lot faster. And let's face it, we're always talking about the speed of everything. How about this? It was actually more secure, more secure, more convenient, you name it. So I was really glad to see that particular piece. And then, of course, the way he explained it, talking about the demand for it, and the whole thing of banks across the world have to hold so much different type of foreign currency. Why not just hold one that makes more sense with actual solid utility, like you pointed out?
I don't know who the person is speaking, but I love his energy. It kind of reminds me a little bit of me when he was getting really excited there. Only just he's wearing a tie. But yeah, so. I mean, I think this is great, Max. I like the way you're doing this, where you have the format going and you're putting in little video clips of some other people, some different analysts. Of course, we heard from Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. So it's nice to have, some people that are not just you and I saying things. It's nice to introduce everything together. Yeah.
We need more visual and stuff like that. I mean, it kind of mixes it up. And I think, if you're an audience member, you appreciate it and so on. So
Cool.
I saw a few more people who connected. Let's give them some shout outs.
All right, let's